Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are good and fine at your homes. So, students, are you staying homes and taking the precautionary measures? Yes? Yes, good. You know what? You all have to wash your hands many times and you all have to take good care of yourselves and your loved ones because, students, this is the only way to fight this COVID 19. Okay? So, take care of yourselves and stay healthy and fit. So, this is your English class. This is your video lecture 1 for the week 3. And today we will talk about a very interesting and exciting topic. Okay? So, students, the learning goals of this topic is make you enable to define idioms. So, you may get to know that our today's topic is about idioms. So, today we will talk about idioms and we will identify their meaning. And at the end, you all will be able to use these idioms very effectively in your own sentences while knowing their literal meanings. Okay? So our topic is idioms. So in this lecture, we will get to know about different idioms, their literal meaning and their figurative meaning as well. And what is figurative meaning, I will tell you later. And it will make you understand and it will make you a good reader, listener, speaker, and writer because you all will be able to use the idioms very effectively in your own sentences. Okay. Now, first of all, tell me what is figurative language and is idiom a part of speech or figure of speech? So, students, we all know that there are 8 parts of speech: noun, verb, adjective, adverb, pronouns, interjection, conjunctions, prepositions, pronouns. So, these are the 8 parts of speech. Students, you know that there are also some figures of speech. And what is figurative language or what is figure of speech? Yes, now we will answer these two brain booster questions. Yes, what is figurative language? Figurative language refers to a language that deviates from the conventional order and meaning in order to convey a complicated meaning. It means you may also say that a phrase that has two types of meanings. The words are having the different meaning but it is having another meaning. Means you can say that in figurative language we consider two types of meaning. First is the figurative meaning and the other is the literal meaning. So figurative language contains complicated meaning phrases. That's why there are uses in descriptive writing, colorful writings, and there are also used for comparison. So it uses an ordinary sentence to refer something without directly stating it because as I told you that it contains two type of meanings, literal meanings and figurative meanings. So that's why idiom is a figure of speech because it is used for resembling two things or for showing some relation. So class, figures of speech. Now there are some figures of speech which are simile. These are used for comparisons. Metaphors, they are also used for comparisons. Then personification, as the name is showing person, so it is used to compare some person with some living thing or some non-living thing. Then alliterations, onomatopoeia, hyperbole, and idioms. And our today's topic is about idioms. Okay, students, what is an idiom? Yes? Can anybody guess? Yes? Okay. An idiom is an expression that cannot be understood from the meaning of its separate words. It means that it can't be understood from its literal meaning. It can't be understood from its literal meaning. It means this type of figure of language contains an other meaning. So whenever it is used in a sentence, the words are not showing the literal meaning as the separate words. They are considered as a whole and they are considered as a whole meaning. Now students, we will have some information about it. That idiom is a form of figurative speech, or you may say it's a figure of speech. Idiom is a phrase, or you may say an expression or a small sentence that has different meaning from the literal meaning. So, are you getting bored? Don't get bored. We will look some more exciting examples. Yes, now we will discuss 5 common idioms. Apple of one's eye. So, if you look at the words, apple of one's eye means apple of one's eye. No, when we talk about its literal meaning, so it is showing apple in one's eye. So, can you put apple in one's eye? No. So, this means that it has some figurative language, it has some figurative meaning. So, the figurative meaning is lovable, some loving one, the one you love. So, it's like you can use this in a sentence like, his only son was the apple of his eye. Means he loves his only son. So, here, apple of his eye is denoting the love. Okay? Now, the next one. To kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It means it's not like that you are killing 2 birds in a sequence or in a row with the 1 stone. The meaning is to achieve 2 aims to single effort. Means with a single effort you will achieve 2 goals. Now if we look at the sentence, I have to go to the bank and on the way I'll pick up the groceries as well. So in one way you did 2 work. You went to the bank and you also did the grocery. So in this way you achieve 2 aims. So you may write like this, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So here killing 2 birds with 1 stone is not showing that you are exactly killing 2 birds with one stone, but it's showing that you achieved 2 aims or you did 2 work in a single time. I have to go to the bank and on the way back I'll pick up the groceries as well, killing the 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay? Now the next one. To look for a needle in a haystack. It means to see something or to find something that is really impossible to find. It's like to find a small thing in a huge area. I tried to find my lost key on the sandy beach. It's like here the key is a small thing and you're going to find it on a sandy beach. And sandy beach refers to a huge area. So it is like finding a needle in a haystack. Means it is nearly impossible to find. Okay. Now student, the next one. To burn candles at both ends. So if you look at the picture, it's like burning the candle at both ends. It doesn't mean that you are going to burn the candle at both ends. The literal meaning is not actually. So the figurative meaning is to work very hard. To work so hard that to achieve for your goal, you don't look at the time or you don't look at the efforts you are putting. You just work and work and work. To finish this massive work, we have to burn We have to burn the candles at both ends. Or you may say, to finish this massive work, you have to work very hard. So, for instead of putting to work very hard, we have used this idiom, which is burn the candle at both ends. Okay. Now the last idiom for today. Once in a blue moon. Now it's like a blue moon in a once? No. So the once is basically showing the event that happens rarely. Means for the less of time. Sentence may be like this. I don't know why she bought that music system. She uses it once in a blue moon. It means that the girl has brought some music system, but she doesn't uses it. So that is why for instead of the word rarely, we have used an idiom once in a blue moon. So class, you can make your sentences very exciting, or you may make your writing descriptive writing, or you may make your writing colorful, or you may make your writing interesting by using these idioms. So this is how idioms are used for making the writing interesting and exciting as well. Because as I told you earlier that idioms do not use the literal meaning. Instead of it, they use the figurative language. Means they figure out something, they refer to something. Okay, now here are some video links which you have to watch very carefully for your better understanding. And now your task for today. So students, you are going to do the question number 1 of part B on page 68 of your book, and on page 69 there is question number 2, and you have to do the part B on your notebook, and this part is related to the idioms. So here are some rules of the notebook maintenance. As I told you in the previous lectures as well, that you will draw the margin line on every page, you will write date and homework with the blue marker, and then you will underline it. You will also underline the questions and the topic headings. And one thing more, your writing should be very neat, because students, do you know that a good handwriting depicts your personality? It boosts up your confidence, it shows your personality, it builds the confidence. So your notebook should be also in a good condition, because again it also shows your development, your personality development. And at the end we will draw an ending line. So now we will wrap up our whole lecture in a big fat review. So what we have done today? Students, in this lecture we talked about the definition of idioms. We understood some concepts about it. We got to know some amazing facts about them, that they do not use the literal meaning but they use the figurative meaning. And after knowing the difference between the literal and figurative meanings, we were able to use them effectively in our own sentences. Okay? So I think that you have understood the concept very clearly, and you will be able to make their sentences by your own. Okay students, Allah Hafiz.